All right, so the next exercise we're gonna go through is just progressions and regressions of the split squat. So kind of a common lower body quad dominant exercise. Basically my starting point for the split squat would just be a basic goblet loaded split squat. So if I was having someone set up in this movement, I'd have them start in kind of a half kneeling position. This just makes it easy to get in the right position from the start. So I would look for kind of a 90-degree angle in the front knee, nice straight line head to stance knee, and then a 90-degree angle kind of between that back thigh and lower leg as well. So 90-90 position, nice and tall posture the whole time, kind of getting a little more weight in that front foot than in the back foot. But from here, just like an elevator, I would just come straight up, straight down, just like so. So I can kind of load this movement lightly with a goblet dumbbell, holding it at the chest. So that's my basic kind of entry level version of the split squat. If I were to regress that, simply the first thing I would do is just remove the load. So I would just have them do the same exact movement, just from a body weight position. So up and down, same thing like an elevator, but setup is exactly the same, just removing the load. Before that, we're just taking away the dynamic motion of the movement. So my second regression would just be a isometric split squat that they are holding for time. So they're kind of bringing that back knee off the ground, maybe 2 inches, and holding somewhere 10 to 30 seconds on each leg, just like so. So no movement, just isometric holds. And then lastly, taking even some body weight out of it, manipulating the load again in this way, gotta get this out of the way, would be kind of a TRX or suspension trainer supported split squat. So how I would have the person set up is they can kind of tension their handles, set up in the exact same way from a half kneeling position, just get a little tension in the handles so they can use their upper body to kind of pull themselves to the top and then back down to the bottom. So again, just totally unloading the movement, but still letting them experience the full range of motion on that one. So that would be my third regression. Starting with progressions, first place I would go is to a rear foot elevated split squat. So this is taking a little bit of the points of stability out of it. Don't get to use your back foot quite as much, so I usually tell athletes to go laces down on their bench. They can hold a goblet dumbbell as well. From here, most of your weight, probably 80-90% is in that front foot, but same thing, just trying to kind of like an elevator, come straight up, straight down, maintaining mostly vertical shin angle in that front leg as we do the movement. After that, all I would do to this movement is just add 2 dumbbells at the side. So adding load, we can load it a little heavier, holding 2 dumbbells at the sides than we can with 1 single goblet dumbbell. And then finally, if they're at a point where they're really strong in the movement already with dumbbells, we can add a barbell to the movement and load it that way and continue to progress the weight. So I would have them kind of set up in the rack. The bench would be a little different. I'd probably have the bench set up over here, but they could go either front rack loaded or just like a back squat, could load it on the back like so. Have them set up very similarly with the laces down, and they can load the movement with that, with the barbell as well, and just continue to progress the load over time. So that is my third progression of the split squat. Definitely a great lower body quad dominant movement that you can manipulate in many ways.